Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Odoo founder, Fabien Pinckaers.
Welcome to Odoo Experience. It's been 3 years. I'm so happy to have you back today to celebrate this new version of Odoo. I love Odoo because I love working with the community. We did one thing. We built an amazing product. And at the end, that's what matters. What if we push the experience even further? We are fulfilling our dream to make digitalization accessible to everyone.
Meet Odoo Sales, the ultimate solution for efficient quoting. Most quotes look like this. Imagine a quotation that looks like this one, clean and professional. Which one would your customers choose? Let's create a new one. Select your customer and see all of its information filled in automatically. Choosing products has never been easier with the product catalog. With just a few clicks, you can select the right products and the right quantities. Send your new quotation to your customer by email or WhatsApp. And print it out. And in less than a minute, you've sent your client a unique and professional quote. Easy, right? Now let's take a closer look at how to create this PDF. First, design your pages with your favorite editor. Make sure to add some dynamic fields so that Odoo can insert information from your database into the right places directly on your quote. Once your pages are made, go to the sales settings and add your header and footer pages. You can also create various templates for standardized offers. To add pages to your products, just select the one you need. Add your page, and choose the option to make the page appear inside the quote. For products with variants, you only need to upload your page once on the parent product. And that's it. Piece of cake. Why settle for a generic quote when you can impress your clients with a customized, professionally designed quotation? And the best part? Odoo Sales is completely free. Try it today and experience a game-changing solution to quoting your customers.
Welcome to Ego. My name is Frédéric Tamigno. Ego is actually a leading brand in the kitchen retail business, Belgian brand. We are actually selling, designing, installing, fitting every product where you can have some made-to-measure solution. We had a very complex IT landscape with many different applications, many different softwares, a lot of integration. With data structure that was not consistent between each other. So all these employees need to work together around the customer. And the issue is that they're working at different places. Could be in the shop, in the truck, at the customer house. It's a different timing in the process. So the whole should work together. To actually do that, they need to rely on a strong ERP, CRM solution to be sure that we don't need to ask 2 times an information and data to the customer. So that's why we decided to go for this crazy project.
We wanted an application suite that would fulfill all the different companies' jobs, going from human resources to accounting to operations, warehouse management, customer care, but also the sales associate, and last but not least, the training department.
We really wanted to move from a transactional ERP, classic ERP, to a tool that can actually help the employee to work on a better way. And to do that, it needs to be simple. And that kind of simplicity, we found it with Odoo.
So far, the main differences that we see is related to efficiency. It's much more easy to track performances of our sales associates, of our stores, and we have, I would say, a better data synchronization. So we have proper data from the customer data to the project data.
The employee are quite happy with the tool, and it makes easier to follow the sales, to follow the leads. And we see also that all the communication that we can embed it in the tool is a very strong asset from Odoo.
En tant que conseiller commercial, la plus-value de Odoo, c'est de pouvoir centraliser toutes les demandes de nos clients et de ne pouvoir rater aucune opportunité, voir en temps et en heure, quand rappeler, quand mesurer, donc vraiment avoir un suivi de notre flux de vente jusqu'à la comptabilité, jusqu'à la livraison, jusqu'à la pause. Grâce à l'outil Odoo, ça nous simplifie la vie, du suivi client, donc de la création jusqu'à l'aboutissement du projet. S'il fait une demande en ligne, on reçoit une notification et à partir de ce moment-là, on peut ensemble déjà convenir d'un rendez-vous. Lorsque le client vient au magasin, on choisit ensemble que ce soit les façades, le plan de travail pour aboutir à son projet. Ensuite, grâce à ça, le logiciel nous permet de remettre un devis avec le logiciel 3D très détaillé, donc on a le dessin technique de chaque meuble avec le ferrage, et ça je pense que c'est une plus-value par rapport à d'autres logiciels qui ne l'intègrent pas. Après le passage du client en point de vente, il y a directement une planification de tâches dans les 7 jours qui sont automatisées avec une to-do. Souvent les clients se décident très tardivement, donc on les fait signer électroniquement et après on peut les faire revenir plus tard pour peaufiner le projet, tout en gardant l'aspect promotionnel sans pression. Après signature avec le client, on doit assigner un monteur au projet du client, donc en fonction des affinités, du code postal ou autre. Et ça nous permet de centraliser toutes ces informations-là. Et en quelques clics, on arrive à attribuer un monteur. Il a les plans techniques qui lui sont envoyés et qui sont envoyés aussi au client. Et alors, à partir de ce moment-là, tout est intégré. Je ne dois pas chercher dans plusieurs logiciels telle ou telle donnée. Tout est en une seule plateforme. Ensuite, le dossier est transmis à nos gestionnaires qui gèrent tout ceci en interne. Donc, elles savent commander la cuisine, elles ont les plans de mesurage, elles ont le devis signé. Donc, il y a toujours une intégration avec le logiciel et les gestionnaires qui va permettre d'avoir un bon suivi de la livraison jusqu'à la pose de la cuisine.
Tired of invoicing the old way? Modern businesses deserve modern solutions. Manage all your invoices and payments effortlessly with Odoo. Try it now at odoo.com/invoicing.
I'm Twiggy Chen. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Smart International. Smart International is a trading company located in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. And we started our operation since June 2019. And we mainly import skincare and personal care products. We also have our e-commerce platform that sells our product online. Before we start to launch Odoo in my company, actually we full of a lot of spreadsheets. It takes time. And because it's doing manually, so a lot of error. In our operation, we do wholesaler and the retailer, both sides. So in wholesaler, we need to have different pricing table. So at that time, it's really hard for my sales team to get the correct pricing done. And in terms of HR management, human resource, that because we use the attendance sheet and we have fingerprint machine data, and we also need to have a lot of day off application, also the business trip application. So at that time, I started to find if there is any software or online application that can save my time on those data inputting and data checking. I also study a kind of famous software, Salesforce. It will cost me out of my budget, it's quite high. So I dropped that idea. So later on, I do furthermore study and I find Odoo. So Odoo application indeed improved my daily operation in terms of the inventory, sales, and human resource management. In inventory management, before I launched Odoo, earlier I mentioned that I spend time to correct the data, find the error to make sure that the inventory record is correct. Sometimes the error rate is a ratio like 60 to 70%. Always my inventory is incorrect. But after I launched Odoo, and the error rate is reduced to like 5 to 10%. So every month I want to check the inventory record, I will come to this app. Here will show me all the locations because we have 2 warehouse locations. So here clearly show me the real-time inventory quantity here. So it really saved my time to do the management. And in terms of the sales management, right now my sales team can easily create the sales order in the system and they don't need to worry about the wrong pricing they choose, or they can find the customer record very fast because we also have the content inside, so they can review the history, what item we already provide to the customer, how many sales order we already have with certain customer. So this is the benefit from my sales team. About the HR management, again, because before we do a lot of data cross-checking, but right now because we have attendance app, we have time off app, so combine them together. Right now, it only takes me less than 30 minutes to create the report to my HR service to calculate the salary. So here, it has the attendance record. It's like instant record, so I can see who check in, check out, whether they check in on time or check out early. Then here will show clearly that at that month, the time of status. Then I just directly download this report and send it to my HR service provider, and she can calculate the salary. I'm glad that I found Odoo because the total cost is reasonable. The applications are easy to use. The sales team of Odoo, they always quick respond to my inquiries and are very helpful. Odoo is adaptable to any business model, I believe. And also, it has the space that you can customize to meet what you need. So again, I'm very satisfied with Odoo system.
My name is Josef Ramslöv. I'm the COO and also one of the founders of the company. We are an IT consultant broker company working only in Sweden. So what we do, basically, we help our customers to find the right resource, the right skill, competence for their projects. And we do so by not only matching on technical skills and expertise, but also on people and culture fit, which is for us equally important. Here at Knox, we have basically two customers. One is the actual paying customer, and the other is the consultants and the community. And we spend equal time on both because it's a relationship business and it should work for everyone. It's very important for us to know the consultant, to know who this person is. What they do is they register with us. They write something about themselves, they upload their CV, their contact details, their company details, etc. And then at some point we meet them, and especially if they're a candidate for a customer project. Administrative workload we have automated and removed. And therefore we now at a point where we run a 50 million euro turnover and only 19 people because of the degree of automation and because we can use our time for value-added work. We had a full-time employee doing contracts. Now it's a click of a button and Odoo automates that process for us. When we are closing the deal, everything is ready for creating automatically sales order, purchase order, creating contract, send contract for signing, invoicing customer, and also creating the vendor bill. Everything that happens after that is more or less automated. As any startup, we started small, low cost, and we used what we had at hand at that time. As we grew, this became not feasible at all. So we needed to find a system that could grow with us, and Odoo was the perfect fit with everything in one place. And that's quite unique. So every time we upload a new CV in Odoo, we have an integration. It sends the documents and sends tags back. So we can understand that this is a front-end developer or this is a system architect or whatever. And that takes away hours from the salesperson in order to find the right candidate for the project.
I can show you one of our new consultants within our network. So here we have Sven Svensson. He's new to us. He has uploaded a CV. Because we have integrated to an external AI, the AI has already made suggestions that Sven is a product manager as well as a requirement analyst, and he is specialized within SAFE. So we will schedule an interview and get to know Sven more. Now we have our customer, Pension Horizon, that is in need of a product manager with expert skills within SAFE. And we already know Sven is a good match, but we will do a search within our whole network. We use the search field here, so we set in the requirements. It needs to be a product manager and it needs to be good in SAFE, but it also needs to have some experience within the pension industry. So when we search, we will get a list of all the consultants that has these requirements. I have already spoken to Sven and I know he's a good match. We have gotten to know him. He's game, so we will assign him to this opportunity. And here he moves from interviewed to offered in our relationship stages.
What we do now is we simply push the prepare order button and the system does all that for us because it's based on information we already know about this opportunity. We could automate this totally, but I need a confirmation step. Someone needs to check this and see if it looks okay. So I confirm it, and at this point we get an order number. Normally in Odoo, when you create a purchase order, you do the same step. Now, creating a correspondent purchase order, I simply need to go and create it automatically like this. So at this point, we have closed the sales, so we have created the orders. Now we need to sign the contract.
Yeah, we're their implementation partner. They chose Odoo as a standard business system, the main business system they would run to automate all of their complicated administrative processes. And at the same time, we needed to keep Odoo open to be integrated with other systems, like their AI, to interpret a lot of data in other databases. LeanServe help us not to do too complicated things, stay as close as standard as possible. We know that
Adoptions we do drive maintenance, and especially when you come to version lift, it gets quite heavy if you have too many adoptions. On the other hand, that helps our business on a daily basis. So we need to balance these two against each other.
大家好，我係 Louis Wong，係一寵天下環球嘅 CEO。咁我哋嘅主旨就係為寵物啦同埋寵主帶嚟最優質嘅糧食同埋零食俾寵物嘅。咁我哋自己品牌有 Docaholic 啦、Makumi 啦，都係我自己品牌嚟嘅。咁而家通過幾個渠道啦，實體店銷售、網上銷售，同埋同國內央企合作嘅平台去銷售我哋產品嘅。咁我喺業務初期啦，即係公司得幾位同事嘅時候，咁好多時都人手啦，最常用梗係 Excel 啦。咁亦都預計嘅問題就係話，咦咁中間點樣做銜接咧？譬如銷售、會計同埋個出貨生意越嚟越多嘅時候咧，就見到個問題就係啲數據唔一致，同埋前後台係夾唔到嘅啲數，同埋嗰個產品，譬如舉個例，一啲寵物糧食原來係冇貨你都唔知，或者一啲原來就嚟過期，我哋要注意嘅地方。咁衍生到就係話，如果生意做越多嘅時候，渠道越嚟越多嘅時候，呢個問題會不停咁擴大。咁我哋覺得需要電子化同埋呢個制度化呢件事。咁我哋就必須有個系統去一體化成件事，去保證個數據嘅完整性啦、數據嘅一致性啦，同埋前中後台嘅接口咯。其實源於係我之前同一間 About Knowledge 嘅 IT firm 有合作經驗，咁我同佢分享翻我哋業務遇到嘅痛點啦。咁佢就建議我哋考慮兩個方案嘅，第一就係成熟軟件 Odoo 啦，因為佢本身都係一個 Odoo 嘅 official partner。另外就係自己寫一套。咁但係我考慮到我哋公司人唔多 ，IT 資源又唔足夠嘅時候，如果自己寫個風險比較高，咁所以權衡過之後，我哋就選擇咗一個成熟軟件，就係 Odoo。咁點解會揀 Odoo 咧？因為坊間有啲可能好靚嘅 website、e-commerce 嘅軟件，譬如 Shopify 啊，其他係做得好好嘅。咁但係發覺佢哋欠缺一個完整性同埋個一體化。Odoo 佢有比較完整嘅前後台嘅配套，咁我覺得喺個實施上咧，同埋個應用上咧會係完整啲同埋容易啲，俾同事有個更加愉快嘅經驗咁咯。
咁我哋 implement 個 Odoo 落去一寵天下嗰度啦，其實都係用咗2至3個月嘅時間。舉個例子咧，就係我哋用咗 Odoo 裏邊嘅功能啦，就係叫做 Automated Action 啦，嚟去 identify 翻佢哋嘅 customer 係一個 VIP 啊、VVIP 啊嘅情況之下，再用翻一啲叫做 price list 嘅形式啦，嚟去俾翻唔同嘅價錢俾佢哋啲客人嘅。咁另外一個咧就係話，因為佢哋都會係有個 website 喺度啦，喺裏邊嚟講咧，我哋就用埋 Odoo 裏邊嘅 PayPal 啊、Stripe 啊裏邊嘅 integration 嘅功能，咁就可以去好快咁樣去完成咗佢哋嗰個 project 啦。
另外，我想強調關於個 inventory management 咧，對我哋係幾重要一個模塊嚟嘅，因為我哋啲貨成日都會出入。咁變咗，如果有一個實時集中管理喺度，我哋非常重要。咁我諗 Odoo 呢點係做得幾好嘅，我哋就唔需要擔心呢啲貨去咗邊度啊，夠唔夠貨賣啊，因為個系統係可以俾到我哋實時嘅更新嘅。咁呢個我覺得係非常關鍵啦。咁再而之，因為啲同事可能成日都未必喺公司嘅，未必日日對部電腦。咁 Odoo 佢支持呢個multi-platform， 舉個例可以喺 tablet。可以喺電話見到，咁所以譬如出咗去嘅時候，即刻要睇翻，咁喺個手機度可以見到公司嘅貨存啦，同埋出貨嘅情況。咁我覺得呢個係一個今時今日幾便捷嘅一個做法咯。愉快嘅，因為Odoo提供到一個一體化嘅一個軟件啦，唔使逐樣買，即係對我哋一個中小企嚟講就簡單同埋便捷咯。成日強調便捷。咁我哋見到之前未有系統用 Excel 人工嘅時候咧，係每個禮拜尾啦要用我諗半日時間去對數嘅。咁而家有咗系統之後，其實我半小時我已經可以做完。咁啲同事就唔需要特登翻嚟半日時間對數，對業務上啦，對大家嘅 work-life balance 都係一個好好嘅增值啦。
Welcome to Madame Croque Monsieur. Running a food truck is difficult, but with Odoo Point of Sale, it's a breeze, even on this hot day. But here's a challenge. Can these two service their entire restaurant business with just their mobile phones? Let's find out. And before we start serving food, we need some customers. One of our reservations is calling.
Hello?
They want to move their reservation by 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, just 30 minutes? Oh, we can do that.
Okay, see you then.
You heard them, Dallas? Thanks to the back-end integration, we can do it without leaving the POS session. Do you know the common struggle in our food truck? We have lots of clients, but only a few tables. With the floating orders feature, we can open tabs for clients. They can just hang out in the grass or come and collect takeaway. And of course, with different clients come lots of different preferences. Fortunately, with the new variants display, they're all visible in the system in one record. And when ordering at the counter, the customers can see their order in real time on the remote display. And when serving customers at their tables, we can easily switch the view by using the Table Selector button. Yup, just like that, Dallas. And you heard the lady, she hates pickles, like any other sane human being. That's why we created a predefined internal note asking to remove them. Clients can just scan a QR code to order one of our lovely combo menus, and they can pay right away with the self-checkout too. Well, now let's go back to Mohammed. He's just putting some final touches on the takeaway order. And perfect, look, the client is here. But if she runs into some friends and decides to stay with them, no problem. We can just merge the floating order with an existing table. Oh, what's that? New drinks just arrived. All Mohammed needs to do is use his phone to scan the barcode, and the new product is immediately created with all the information from the barcode database, and we can edit the info, of course. And when we collect a payment, no terminal is needed. Dallas can simply use his phone. Whoa, that was easy. Okay, fun time's over. Right, you forgot to ask for an invoice for accounting. No worries. You can just scan the QR code to find everything online. That's it from us. Your turn to play.
What does it take to disrupt an industry? What does it take to disrupt the software industry? An industry growing and evolving so quickly. Is it time? Is it money? Is it innovation? Is it a great product? Does it take blunt recklessness or careful consideration? What about having vision, passion, and dedication? What about breaking the rules? It takes all of that. But above all, it takes a vibrant community. A community of dedicated and creative people. A community with unparalleled ingenuity and efficiency. From manufacturing industries to service industries. From field services to accounting firms. From retail to e-commerce. From NGOs to education. From small companies to large corporations. Together, we move mountains. This is what makes Odoo unique. A passionate community. Millions of open source developers, partners, and users working together towards a common goal. Making companies a better place, one app at a time. This is how we improve everyone's work life. This is how we give people the tools to do more in less time. This is how, as a community, we disrupt industries. So it's no surprise that we all gather year after year to discuss our future. Thank you for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Odoo founder and CEO, Fabien Pinckaers.
Welcome to this third day of Odoo experience. I'm happy to see that you survived the hundreds-on conference, the 2 parties, the concert yesterday. You can feel it in my voice. So in this session, we have 3 experts from our industry that will talk about what are their vision of the ERP, business software, and service consulting market. So I'd like a round of applause for the first expert, which is André Bake from Idealis Consulting.
Thank you.
And maybe now you have Johan from from partner from Deloitte. And Nathanael from Braintec. All right, maybe as an introduction, I think it's good if you can introduce yourself a few minutes. So who wants to start?
Okay, I can. So I'm the founder of Idealis. We have started services around Odoo 15 years ago. We have 3 business lines around Odoo. One for the integration, the other one for the academy and the training. And the last one, we built some embedded solutions on Odoo for some verticals like life science. I'm a bit tired also. My voice is getting away. So that's Idealis, and we are gold partner now for almost 15 years ago also.
And you are, or you were SAP integrator too, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, we started with SAP at the beginning of the company. We're still making services around SAP, okay. But now the turnover with Odoo is better than SAP.
Yeah, no, I just say that not to criticize, but to say you have the expertise too. So yeah. Your knowledge of the market is broader than just Odoo. All right, next one.
Deloitte, not going to explain all the services, Fabien. But I got one question at our booth each time, I think for 100 times. What is Deloitte doing with Odoo? Okay, we have accountants, we have auditors, we have financial experts, we have supply chain management experts, all those things. But maybe you don't know this, but we have like, I think 2,000 people in Belgium alone working on technology and business transformation. So that's where we are very happy to join as well the Odoo family and community in this, because we saw the last years that Odoo is really grabbing the attention of our clients, and certainly in the mid-market, corporate market as well. And that's what we said, we need to move. We know Odoo already for a long time. I think you were our Fast 50 winner 10 years ago, 11 years ago?
15, I don't know.
So you were the fastest growing company at that time in Belgium. But what was really remarkable, you were still in the list last year.
Yeah, for a lot of years.
So we know each other, and we always kept an eye on Odoo and what was happening in the community and with the company. So we're very happy to join as well as an implementation party of Odoo as well.
Good.
My name's Nathanael. I joined the journey with Odoo almost 10 years ago. I worked for Braintec. Braintec even is longer in the partnership with Odoo. We are a food service provider for Switzerland, Germany, and Austria. We spread across 16 locations now, approximately 90 people working for implementing the services at our customer sites. So we provide the full range, including development, and we won 4 times the award. So it seems we did something right, at least. And I'm very happy to be here today to discuss what's coming on.
Yeah, me too. So let's start writing in the topics. How do you see the market, and more specifically, how you see the market evolving within the next 5 to 10 years? Does someone wants to start, either on the product level, new feature, or on the service level?
Well, one of the things that we see today in the market, if you talk about ERP, it's all about clean core ERP. So having a solution there that is fully standard as much as possible. 100% is never, of course, possible, but that's what we see today. So really clean core, and why is that? Because people And clients have reflected on how they look at ERP, and they say, okay, if I invest today in ERP, I need to look at what's happening in the next 5 years with my company and with ERP. So if I want to keep being flexible, and I need that as a company, I need as well an ERP or a cloud platform that can help me in this and keep on being flexible, so I need to have as clean core possible ERP. That's one of the things. I think an open door that we see as well is everything surrounding AI. Obviously, I think it's nothing new, but probably we're still at the beginning of the whole AI impact on our services, on our way we act with clients, how we do our job as well as technical experts, developers, but as well as consultants, and how as well probably systems and platforms will change in the future.
Anyone else? Yeah.
We think that, if you look at the market and we think about the future, we see the transition from an older generation to new people, and I think that needs that the ERP...
You mean for customers or for partners?
For customers.
For customers.
So we have companies, owner-led companies which transit to the younger generation, sometimes same family, sometimes just younger people. And we see that this younger generation will need or will request more seamlessly integrated processes. And since they are digital natives, they want to have a complete range of services, which they also know maybe from daily life.
And they have probably higher expectation on the quality and modernity of the product.
The usability of the product.
The older generation accepted to have old interface, slow software, but the new generation will never accept that because they live with Facebook, or even Facebook is old now, IG and so on.
Things has changed a lot since the beginning where we started with Odoo. The market were more, we are making a lot of configuration and development. Now the services is evolving with more support, business advising, less technical things. We are more about business processing integration, but on the core of the functionality of Odoo. The teams are more business analysis integrators than developers in Idealis Consulting, for example. I think maybe it's the same for Braintec or...
Yeah. For Deloitte, it has been the case in the past as well, of course.
Maybe I have a question for you, Johan, because you said that having standards is a necessity now in order to evolve with the software and reduce adoption of these softwares.
Yep.
But I fully agree with that. I mean, it has always been the vision of Odoo to be standard. But in a way, we should also recognize that I think, but I might be wrong, it's probably one of the reasons why SAP S/4HANA is failing. I mean, adoption is very low, like 15–20%, because they try to push very complex customer into a standard product with low flexibility. So in a way, how would you, do you agree with that? Yes or no? And if, maybe explain, if you, or Andrea, if you...
Well, to me, what's special about Odoo, it's what you told, I think, in the keynote or yesterday as well, is you want to have a platform that can handle small companies, but as well, probably mid-market and corporates as well. So what you need is a platform that, if you have a platform that can handle both and you don't want the complexity to be put on the small companies, but you still want the platform to handle the complexity of a big company, we had a discussion, I think, a year ago, where do you want to focus on? You said we want to do both with Odoo. Then you need a special kind of platform. You need to have a platform that, in fact, is flexible.
There is a good balance.
Yeah.
The more standard it is, but you still need to be, the platform still needs some level of flexibility.
I think for me, that's why we are as well onboarding with Odoo, is that everybody's trying to figure this out in this world. See, how can we have a software that can handle very complex processes for bigger companies, but still is flexible. And I think the clean core and the standard wave is certainly something which is part of that ambition. But still, every company has its own specific things. So how do you combine this? And I think a platform like Odoo, with that ambition to have small and corporate companies on the same platform, can really probably solve that equation in the future as well.
Yeah, if I get what you say is that like the service should be focused on standard clear core, but you need a platform in addition to that. So a standard service plus a flexible platform is the right combo.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. You can every time when a client comes to us saying, well, I want this or that developed on the platform, our standard answer is, no, we are not going to do that, but tell me why are you asking this? And then you get into a discussion and you challenge it again and you challenge it again, and sometimes you get to things that you say, well, no, this is really worthwhile for your company that we develop this. But it's after having that discussion, that's as well, I think, our role as partners of Odoo to do that.
Good.
The adoption is maybe also slow with S4HANA, is because two kind of things. The first one is the agility that we have and the modules that we can install with Odoo based on the needs. And if you want to play with CRM and later on sales, it's easy. But with SAP, it's not like that. In fact, you have to go for
all or nothing.
Yeah, that's one thing. And maybe that the adoption is quite slow with the customer of SAP right now, because they have all what they want with the current system, and then they don't want to go with S4HANA because it's just for them, a technical migration. It's not a business requirement to go with S4.
Okay. And switching to another topic, what's your take on artificial intelligence? What do you think will be the impact on our market in the short-term future?
It's just a matter of time, because for me the future will be the integration of AI agent in any kind of solution. Odoo, I think, maybe a day will come with that. Because we need prediction, the customer needs prediction on their data, and if they go AI integrated natively, it will be help the customers. On the onboarding also, we need AI agent to make some automated task that we don't want to do anymore, So it's just a matter of time for me.
Okay.
I think when it comes to AI, so I would say that on the back end, there is at the moment we are still in the finding phase of what we can use it all for, but I think it has on both sides, on the development or in the implementation and on the user side, should have a great impact also on optimizing the processes. In my imagination, we would have later on not only the AI integrated for content creation, but also for user guidance, like why not an assistant can tell me like, you always want to have this monthly report, but there is an easier way how you achieve this. That would be, in my imagination, a good use case. And also, as we do now, dashboards in Odoo, which look very beautiful and are easy to do, but maybe in the future we just ask for the board and it's generated.
I think the impact of AI, Fabien, to what we are seeing, we are only at the beginning.
Yeah.
So, like you said, we need still to discover the possibilities. But the first thing, when I look at Odoo, I'm fully agreeing with André. To have like an AI assistant in Odoo, that would be great. You see, and that's in line with usability, productivity of our users, to see that certain tasks are becoming fully automated. Today we see, for instance, startups in Europe and in Belgium as well, that, for instance, are creating an AI assistant for a commercial person. So you do a meeting with a client, you step out of the meeting, and you start talking in your car to your AI assistant. And what is the AI assistant doing? It's doing the whole CRM, what no commercial person ever wants to do is to enter data in a CRM. The thing is doing it while he's talking to it or she's talking to it. So those things, it's really about productivity, having other types of inputs in your system. And things are moving. We need to be on board, I think, but the big dream of AI taking it all over, we're not there yet, I think, as well.
Yeah.
So,
the way I see it is that the key is still the usability.
Yeah.
The game changer, yes, AI is great, but the game changer is to help people work better, work faster. We are productivity tools for accountant, for workers. So this is the ultimate goal. And AI is a way to reach that goal. And I think that it's important to see it that way because if you see AI as an objective, well, today you see a lot of companies saying doing AI for the pleasure of doing AI, you will start with the solution rather than starting with the problem. But if you start with the problem, find where we waste time, like an accountant who records the bill. And then AI is one of the solutions, sometimes the best, like for accountant for sure. Then it could be a game changer in some niche aspects. The risk is to do AI for the pleasure of doing AI. You know, I want a live chat bot that will answer all the questions of my clients, and at the end, you will save probably half a full-time support engineer for something that is as good as what he does. It's not a game changer. But when you automate 80% of the time of an accountant, that is a game changer. So the key is to start, for me, from the problem and not see AI as a #1 priority.
It's a support.
Yeah.
It will be a support for the end users, and in the future, I think it will have a chat with the tools. So keyboard will be useless, I think, and we talk. Oh, okay, what should I do today? What are my orders today? It will be a complete talk with the tools, I think.
Yeah.
And it should be integrated in the flow, in the process.
Of course, with agent and bots and everything.
Talking about integration, I would look forward to see having AI working with the data, which is still very untapped in the system. So, for example, if I think of demand forecasting, why do I have to develop my own models or my seasonable forecasting? Why I don't have an assistant who maybe I can feed some parameters and then based on my data, which is only in my system, I can forecast demand. Maybe with external parameters as well.
Yeah. I have an anecdote. Have you seen the keynote of Dreamforce with the agent AI? I don't know if you've seen. So it was basically, it was boring, 1 hour, 30 minutes of just slides, and we are the best, and we give money to everybody. It's super boring, but there was a 5-minute demo, and I like product demos. And in this 5-minute demo, they called an after-sales service, and an AI bot that answered everything. Hey, what do you want to do? I'd like to change my order, replace my T-shirt by another T-shirt, and the AI did the switch on the order. For me, that is one of the examples of starting from the AI rather than starting from the problem. Because I'm pretty sure if I call their bot with my French accent, he will never get it. And then he will try to identify me. But you can't identify with me with my phone number. So he will ask me, what is your login or your password over the phone? It just doesn't work. And then he will try to switch my T-shirt to another one. But I mean, when you sell T-shirts, you have thousands of them. So there is a risk that he picks the wrong one, and I don't see it on the screen. And so I was like, everybody was super excited with this demo. But for me, if you think about the problem, I have an issue with my order. I need to cancel it or change a product. Do a very good user portal. One click, you change your product, you cancel your order, and it's a sure thing, and it won't be an issue with my French accent. That's an example where we do AI for the pleasure of doing AI. But sometimes, if you start with the problem, then depending on the problem, the solution will be UX sometimes, the solution will be AI sometimes. Sometimes the solution is, And that's the way I see. And obviously, as we see things like that, there will more and more and more AI as a solution of real business problems. And it's the risk because when I hear customer today, you probably have the same, but 50% of the demands we have on AI are just people that are dreaming of doing something, where AI is not the solution to the problem. We have to always come back to what is the problem you want to fix. Once you get that, how is the best way to fix it? And let's see if AI is one of them or not.
I agree.
It's the risk on the market. It's that a lot of service company will do a lot of money
I agree.
surfing on the wave. Having said that, it's a reality too. So we should invest a lot in AI because there are a lot of areas where it's going to be a game-changing technology. So how do you see the demand on, not stopping, in general on the ERP market evolving in the near future? First, let's say, have you seen an evolution over the past 3 years? Or how did it went for you?
It's huge. In fact, for the corporation, they are fully equipped. So they have the ERP system. It could be SAP or Oracle. So they are involving their home system. So nothing has changed there. But for the SME, it's really big, the change. The market is demanding something that they don't have before. So they are managing their company with accounting systems. Now they want an ERP like the big one. So there are a lot of space to make a business there. Yeah.
And if you put numbers about that, I don't know if you can share numbers of your company. What has been the impact for your company as a partner?
But look, when we started with SAP. We are fully on SAP market, and now we are making 80% of our business services on Odoo, so for the SMEs.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. And 15 years ago, it was not possible because there were nothing.
Yeah.
We see that as well changing, but as well on the enterprise market, we see a lot of companies struggling that have still very old legacy systems that need to get to a new system. And sometimes you see as well companies there wondering, okay, we have an old, I don't know what system, let's go for instance, SAP. But is SAP alone maybe the solution? Sometimes you see combinations of different applications coming up, and you see companies deciding to go for certain types of business for an SAP, but as well for Odoo, for instance, in other types of business, and then integrate that. You see that happening as well. I think that the main shift, the main companies where we see as well for Odoo a lot of room to play is really the mid-market, where I think today probably SAP is not the biggest player there. It's much more certainly Western Europe, a Microsoft market.
How would you define the mid-market? How many employees from?
I would say at least 100 employees, at least.
To 100 to 1,000?
You could put it like that, I think, yeah. But there you see the need for flexibility. You see sometimes as well that they are afraid of ERP. Oh my God, these are huge projects. This is costing me tons of money. What will the change be in my company? So they are really afraid, but they know that they need to move. So I think we see a lot of uptake in that type of market as well, next to the enterprise market. We are less in the SME market with the ERP tools, but that's certainly as well something that's picking up, and where we need companies and solutions like Odoo as well as part of the game.
We see also that if you are SME or corporation, they have almost the same needs, in fact. So they need a lot.
Yeah.
And that's the complexity, to bring them a lot with smaller budget. So it's a real stuff to do.
It's a balancing act to find the right, let's say, depth of solution, the right services for the mid-market company.
Exactly.
Because a mid-market company, you asked the definition, Fabien, but there's a variety there that's incredible, and you need a solution, a platform that can fit for maybe one of 100 employees, but as well maybe 150 employees, but that's doing a totally different kind of business, much more complex than the one of 100 companies, of 100 FTEs. So there's a lot of things that you need in terms of services, and much more business services as well.
Yeah.
And a platform that can cater for it.
And there is a demand because it's
There
not
is a
fully
demand.
equipped. Like the large companies, it's saturated. They are all equipped.
Yeah.
But the mid-size, not so much.
And the large ones, they need to change because they're running sometimes
Yeah.
on software
That's good.
10, 15 years ago.
I might add here that we see in the demand how it's changed when it was, say, 5-10 years ago. We had more these projects like Odoo for smaller companies as a single solution. But we saw in the past, and we think also that in the future this will be more important, that we have an ERP which can coexist with other ERPs. So that means that it has to be adaptable and open. Then it fits in certain segments of larger companies, in kind of the mid-size segment, very easy to deploy or fast to deploy. And I think it's important that we keep the interoperability available, and therefore we are happy that we have API and other stuff which we can connect to Odoo.
You like the latest JSON feature?
Yes.
And what about the public institution? Because historically, Odoo has always been focused mostly on private companies. Do you see that changing, or?
We see that changing, but maybe that's a local thing, but we see it as well, for instance, on a European level as well. So I think, again, the flexibility of the platform makes it as well possible to deploy this in a public sector context. Because most of the time, these are not the usual processes that you see in a private company. Yeah. But then again, there are still purchasing processes. There are still CRM. Maybe this is more towards citizens instead of clients, but those things are still there. So you need to adapt that. That's where I firmly believe for Odoo as well, that we need to go into industry verticals, and public sector is certainly a candidate for that as well, I think, Fabien.
They should involve and invest in portal for the citizen, you know, getting all the service from a website or something like that, an application. I think it's the future for the public sector. But I think they are very, very far from the companies, the private sector. They are in Belgium, I would say. I don't know outside there, but should be better. Could be much more better, yeah.
Okay.
On our point of view, we see that if it comes to public companies or companies in the public sector, also close to governments, I think there it's very important that we can provide the security and the legal requirements necessary. So there it helps if we have, say, certified or standardized elements in the already provided by Odoo to have there more can be a better player.
Yeah, I think it also makes sense because for a public institution to invest in public code for whatever they develop for themselves to reuse in different of their institutions, that makes a lot of sense rather than being blocked on a traditional software. So the no lock-in aspect of open source for me is key, because when you are a public institution, you develop for the public. So we have a role to play.
I think open source really fits with public institutions. And then maybe this is maybe a bad consequence of the world that we are living in today, but we are looking at security. We want to know what's happening in the code. Odoo is a European player. I think that's all very much important in the world where we live in today.
Yeah. All right. So I think we can conclude on that. I'd like to thank you for coming earlier today, you and everybody else. And we still have around 100 inspiring sessions and 3 exhibitor halls today. So enjoy your Odoo experience.
Thank you.